everybody, welcome to another episode of Small Bites Cooking for Kids. My name is Miss Heather and I'm the children's librarian at the East End branch at the Richmond Public Library. Today, because our summer reading program just got started, the theme is Reading Colors Your World, and also of course summer is getting started. I thought I would show you guys how to make rainbow popsicles using Dixie cups and Jell-O mix. It's a really easy recipe. The supplies are really inexpensive and a lot of them you may have in your house already, and it seemed like a really good way to tie in our summer reading theme to a cool recipe today. So before we get started, I'm going to go over all of our supplies and then we'll get into actually making our rainbow popsicles. So the recipe that I'm going to go over here makes eight popsicles, so just keep that in mind. Feel free to double it or make fewer, however you want to do it, but what I'm going to go over should make you end up with 8 at the end. So we're going to need Dixie cups. That's one of our first supplies. You'll need at least 8 of them to get 8 popsicles, of course. You will need food coloring to make the rainbow part of our popsicles. You will need Jell-O mix. This is vanilla, just Jell-O powder mix, pudding mix, excuse me. It's Jell-O brand though. And then you'll need the one that says 4 half-cup servings. So make sure when you pick out your pudding mix that that's the amount that's in the box you have. So we got that. Of course, you'll need popsicle sticks to make popsicles. We have that there. You will need 2 2/3 cups of milk. So make sure that you have that amount left in your milk jug. We have that. You will need, of course, a measuring cup to measure that 2 2/3. So we have that here. You will also need tin foil. This is going to be to cover, we're going to have the popsicles in the Dixie cups, and then we're going to put the tin foil over them to hold our popsicle sticks in place while we let our popsicles freeze. So make sure you have enough tin foil to cover at least 8 Dixie cups, so you can do all of them. And then you're also going to need 5 bowls or some kind of container to separate the colors for your food coloring. I'm going to use my Dixie cups that I have here. If you don't have a whole box like I do, you can use cups, bowls, whatever it is you need, but you'll need, or whatever it is you have, but you'll need at least 5 different containers to put different colors of pudding in. So I'm going to get everything organized here, and I will see you guys back here in just a minute, and we'll get started. Hi everybody, welcome back. I got my stuff organized. Hopefully you have your stuff together too. I went ahead and mixed my pudding mix together. All you do is pour the pudding powder in a bowl. You measure out your milk, the 2 2/3 cup, and then you mix it all together, and then you have your pudding. So I just went ahead and did that ahead of time so I could show you how to do the fun rainbow part. Here I have 4 different colors of food coloring. So I have a cup for each color. Some packs I think do have 6 in there, so you might end up with 6 different cups, depending on how many colors you want to use. And again, like I said, I'm using Dixie cups, but you can use cups, bowls, whatever it is you have handy to put different colors of food coloring in, or pudding in food coloring. And then I have a Dixie cup here. This is going to be my popsicle Dixie cup, and I'm going to show you. So the first step is to put a little bit of pudding into each of our containers, whether it be, cups, bowls, whatever it is. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop our pudding and put some in there. This is a teaspoon that I have here. So we'll do about 2 teaspoons in each cup. So there's 1, and then 2 teaspoons in this one, 2 teaspoons in this one, 1, 2, and then 2 teaspoons in this one. Okay, so we have our little pudding sections ready. And then the next step is to put food coloring in each one. So you can put as much or as little as you want as far as that goes. I'm just going to do a few drops because I don't have a ton of pudding in there. So I went ahead and put it in my green. You can see it kind of swirling around. Then I'm just going to stir it. And you can even stir it with a popsicle stick too. That might be a little easier if you have these little containers like I have. But, as long as it gets stirred, that's all that matters. Okay, so we have our green. So there we go. So we have all 4 of our colors. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put them in layers into, I'm gonna use 1 Dixie cup, but you guys, however many Dixie cups, any popsicles you wanna make that you can fit, you can do. The recipe that I went over the ingredients for calls for 8, but I was just gonna use 1 sort of as an example. So what we're gonna do, decide what color you wanna start with. I'm gonna start with blue for mine. I'm gonna put my blue colored pudding in my popsicle Dixie cup. Get as much of it as I can in there. All right, I'll set that aside. And then I'm kind of gonna tap it like this. That way, because we want it to be sitting kind of evenly across the bottom. So we have our blue, and then we'll move on to the next color. I think I'm gonna go for green next. I want green to be the next layer. Okay, so you can get rid of all these extra ones. Here is our popsicle. So the next step, take your tin foil, get a piece that's kind of the right size to put over this. We're gonna cover it just like this. Be careful not to squish your cup. Last time I squeezed kind of too hard, my cup went, so you don't want to do that if you can avoid it. And then poke your, there we go. Poke your popsicle stick in so it stands up like that. And then you can repeat this process for however many popsicles you want to make. Like I said, you should end up about 8 with the kind of amount of ingredients we talked about. And then you can put your popsicles in the freezer for about 6 hours. And you can keep checking it periodically. When I did this, it seemed like it froze enough to be a popsicle after about 4 hours, but our freezer is crazy cold. So you can keep checking in, but the recommended time is about 6 hours. So I'm gonna stick my popsicle in the fridge and I will meet you back here in, I guess, about 6 hours, and we'll see how it turns out. So I'll see you soon. Hi everybody, welcome back. It is now 6 hours later about. I decided to keep it in there for the whole 6 hours just to make sure it didn't fall apart when I showed it to you guys. So here is how we left it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to unwrap it. So first I'm gonna take off the tin foil, which obviously is not too hard. You can see our popsicle stick is staying just the way we want it to. And now there are 2 ways you can do this part. You can run it under warm water and just kind of like pop this out, or you can peel the paper cup off of your popsicle, which is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna get it started here. Start peeling. I'll try and show you. Oh, it came out pretty well so far. Ta-da! All right, and here is our rainbow popsicle. I hope you guys had popsicles that turned out as well as mine did. This actually came out better than my last one in terms of how the layers look. Because the jello or the pudding is so gel-like, it makes it so that the layers don't blend together a whole lot, which is really nice. But I hope yours tastes really good and turned out really well. I appreciate you joining me today to watch this video. We have a lot of other Small Bites videos where we make lots of fun stuff, as well as other craft videos and story times and things like that. So hopefully, if you had fun, you can go back and look at those, and we will see you next time. Take care. Bye.